Hello there, namaste, and thank you guys for being here. My name is Nela Maat, and welcome to this full moon channeling. Okay, we are going to be channeling messages, okay, from our beautiful, loving ancestors, our past loved ones. We're going to be channeling messages from Mother Earth. I set the intentions that you allow yourself to feel seen, heard, validated, okay? Because you are. You are loved, you are important, and you are worthy. And I know that with this full moon, right, there's a lot of people experiencing a lot of difficult emotions, and yeah, we're being asked to do the work, right? Ancestral healing is no joke. Um, and so, once again, I set clear intentions to serve as a vessel for Mother Nature and for our loving family in the spiritual world. I create the sacred space, calling in divine protection in all directions. And I step aside to allow divinity to speak through me. I'm going to start with using the Wild Unknown, the Alchemy Oracle. It's very, very powerful. So, Sagittarius, like I said, is all about seeking, going beyond the ordinary. It's a super spiritual energy. It's about embracing divine truth, right? Because we can all claim our true, my true, your true. However, there is and there always will be divine truth, universal truth. Sometimes we are blinded. Our human suffering, our pain, blind us from truly connecting with the divine truth within us. Obviously, when I'm speaking about truth, it's never about right or wrong or good or bad. It got nothing to do with the ego. It does not seek to prove or to be recognized, right? When we're talking about universal truth, when we're talking about truth, is what is really happening within, right? It takes time to get there, to a place where we can reconcile with many aspects of ourselves. It takes a lot of time and a lot of transmutation of pain, lots of introspection to get there to the place where a deep truth resides. And this energy of Sagittarius is asking us to go into the depths of our beings so that then divinity reveals what's truly going on in our lives. Like I said, we can speak about our truth. However, there are layers to our perception. There are layers of pain or confusion, right? The ego is one of them. We have programmings and conditionings. We carry also DNA and ancestral memories, and our physical vessel remembers. And so I'm asking you to ask yourself right now, what lies within the trigger? What lies beneath the surface? Connect with your body. How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel about yourself, others, the world? How do you feel about your life? How do you feel? Do you feel safe, embraced, or do you feel abandoned and distant? Do you feel safe and supported? Do you feel seen, heard, valued, or do you feel separated? Does your body feel grounded, or do you feel fragmented? You see, the message I am receiving is about connecting with our physical vessel. Because the truth, the universal truth, the divine truth can only be heard when we reconcile heart and mind, spirit, body, emotions. We have the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body, and the spiritual body. We cannot heard the truth, and the truth is usually very simple. So how do you feel? Not what your mind is telling you, not the stories we used to justify so many things. Is about how do you feel? Can you acknowledge sorrow, despair, sadness, loneliness? Do you feel disempowered, lacking, demanding? Do you feel jealous, envious, separated? Yes? What do you feel? So we have the androgyny, and this energy speaks about masculine and feminine. What happens when we reconcile those two energies, right? Like I was speaking about. Then we have autumn. Look at all that energy, right? What needs to be released, let go. We have the golden rose. And this is the energy of purification. We have the energy of the sparks of light. And this is about following the truth, following our passions, following our instincts, our intuition. However, like I said, we have to honor the process of spiritual alchemy. And autumn is just a representation of a stage, right? A cycle that many people might be finding themselves experiencing. is obviously symbolic. And so let me just find it so I can give you more clarity, right? I'm going to read from the book. This is about releasing and letting go, because you have get into a point where is the end of a cycle. And the question is, what have you been learning, right? The culmination, the broad view, generosity. In alchemical terms, atoms is the denouement of Earth's ground's narrative. It is a symbol of culmination, harvesting, and resolution. The story of our year finds closure, and we begin to look towards the horizon of the next one. It is likely this card will appear as an indicator of efforts culminating, of hard work paying off, of fruit hanging low for the taking. Gratitude and generosity are the spirits of the season, so share the wealth of your fortune. Looking back, you realize many hands and hearts have helped you along the way. Holding tight to your bounty won't do you any good. The alchemists share their wisdom and wealth. They offer their booms back to the world as a part of an ongoing cycle. Be like an autumnal tree. Come to fruition and then release. So this is about charity, donations, okay? And also is the energy of clearing, okay? Of creating a space for the new. Yes. And so a lot of you are finding yourself in the closing of a cycle. Realizations have been experienced, revelations also. And so remember, these are general messages, and everybody is where they need to be. The question here will be, how can I share my gifts and my talents with the world? How can I embody the virtue of generosity? How can I honor the voice of divinity and my fullest expression with the world? This is about choosing to inspire the world and to do things from a place of purpose and gratitude and generosity. Sharing our experiences of healing, sharing our experiences of overcoming obstacles and challenges, and showing up to the world, to those we love differently. This energy is about embracing our passions, embracing our path, and releasing what is needed, because divinity is desiring for you to receive. And so many people struggle with receiving because they choose to cling to the old. And so what is it that you must release in order for you to receive the new? Do you have to let go of a person, an unhealthy habit, an unhealthy situation? Anything that does not make you feel empowered and grounded in the flow with nature, with life, with who you are, with the truth that resides within you. And when I'm speaking about this universal truth, it's about your purpose, the essence of you. Are you living your life from that place, or are you holding yourself back because you are clinging to the past, to negative habits, behaviors, negative ways of seeing, of living, because you still might be in need to transmute some ancestral pain? What's going on in the unconscious? That's what the ancestors, the mother, is desiring for you to hear. And that right there is the universal truth. That's the truth. Like I said, I keep hearing the truth will always be so simple. For example, I don't have to seek to blame anyone for my experiences. I can acknowledge that every single human being is going through their own journey in life, universal truth. I can acknowledge with higher awareness that I am the only one responsible for my choices and decisions. That's universal true. I can acknowledge that I'm walking my own path in life, and I can honor the story of my childhood. I can acknowledge that I have experienced lack of emotional support. I can acknowledge that I experienced was to be homeless, was to be abused or abandonment, okay? You see, those are universal truths. That's the truth. And so when we acknowledge the truth, then we say, well, the truth is that my pain, the pain that I still have, is clouding my perception and my perspective of myself, others, and life. That's what I was being asked to share. So you see how there is this energy of the truth. The truth does not seek to blame anyone, does not seek to prove or chase for validation. It's usually A, B, C, D. That's the energy that is present here. And this is about higher spiritual awareness. This is about the practice of mindfulness. And the energy of Sagittarius is about being in that warrior energy to sit with the truth of the situation. A person who is with a grounded energy, with the energy of Sagittarius and full potential, is someone focused, is determined, is consistent, is educated, seek for knowledge, utilize the element of fire, lots of passion, a lot of learning, a lot of teaching, lots of self-empowerment. There's all this power, is the power of the word, the powers of the thoughts, the powers of the intention, the powers of I'm going after what I desire in my heart. And I don't need your approval, your validation. I don't need you to say yes or clap for me because I got me. I got it. This is the energy. It's the energy of long-term, bigger picture thinking, planning, inspiring others. Does not force or chase. Does not seek validation, and it does not want to become forceful, because that's the shadow of Sagittarius. The controlling, the forcing. They use the power of the words to hurt. When the element of fire is suppressed and there is suppressed anger and frustration, and then so now their words, their fire, the passion, all transform into I want to hurt because I'm hurting, and transmuting the element of fire is no joke. And so when the energy of Sagittarius is suppressed, a person becomes very controlling, manipulative, they hurt with their words, lots of anger, very explosive. And what happens is when we develop unhealthy habits, because the transmutation of the pain and the suppressing is so painful that we run after addictions. A person who embodies and embraces the energy of Sagittarius is wild and free, inspiring, is in their passion, is so free spirited, is let's go on adventures, let's see what happens, I'm gonna take this leap of faith, I'm gonna go for it. You see? And so ask yourself where you are at in your life, and realize that if you're suppressing that energy within you, then obviously you will feel depressed. Obviously you will feel suppressed, because what you suppress becomes depressed or depression, you know. They become shame, and now shame on me, and now all that pain is sitting within me, and now I'm looking at the world through the lenses of the pain, and I can become very avoidant. I shut down, and I can become very cold. We tell ourselves things like we don't care, it's my life, whatever. We push people away. Okay? Beautiful. Whew. We're gonna move to the tarot. Right away, we have the energy of the star, and then the Six of Pentacles, and that's it. Healing. Feeling is healing. The need to tap into our intuition, our creativity. This is the energy of revelations, and the need to bring into temperance, moderation, to find clarity and truth within. The star is that the North Node, right? The David star, it just means following the arrow, right? Our destiny. So a lot of you are being asked to go within and to ask yourselves, what is the High Priestess revealing, right? The High Priestess energy can be my energy, serving as a mirror or utilizing, you know, the words in order to confirm what you already know, or to then bring perspective, right? That energy of Sagittarius, right? I have my sun in Gemini, so Sagittarius is my opposite. So we are very intelligent people. We enjoy deep and meaningful conversations. We are very outgoing. We're very fun, very creative. We're here to inspire the world. We're not here to fit in. We're here to be wild and free. We're here to question everything. We're here to live our lives in our own terms. We're not here to ask for permission and to seek validation. However, obviously, universal truth, we all have a story. And so we are going through a period where we are healing, clearing, releasing, and unveiling ourselves from distortions so that we can then manifest the life that we desire. The Pentacles, right? This bird is collecting, is harvesting, it's been working. And so it speaks about also foundations, right? Inner foundations, internal foundations, and harvesting what they have been working. And so there's an energy here too, right? Of harvesting, celebrating life lessons. Instead of feeling shameful, celebrate that you have become wiser, that you have learned and grown and choose differently this time, right? And if you feel like you're being challenged in your life right now, well, this energy is here to say, hey, this is possible, right? Because what I do is I channel and I read energy. Tarot is all about possibilities. We all have the seed of potentiality, which means you can always shift and change your life. The future is nowhere, it's here. And so ask yourself, how do you like your future? And then tarot, your ancestors, your guides, divinity, Mother Nature are saying, hey, this is possible. Healing is possible. Just you can manifest your heart desires. Just you can break free from ancestral trauma. Just you can overcome unhealthy habits and behaviors. Just you can build your own life. Yes, you can go after your dreams and desires and be successful. However, are you ready? Are you ready to celebrate the own and make a commitment and a choice to move forward and continue with your healing, right? This is the energy. Like I said, these are general messages, right? So we have the card of temperance, of course, because it's all about healing. The divine, your ancestors, Mother Earth is saying, are you ready to experience generosity? Are you ready to experience reciprocity? Are you ready to hear the truths that reside within you? We have all these major arcanas, and this is about the realization that you are capable. However, you have to put the work, and you have to sit with the high priestess. She will reveal to you what is it that you must heal, integrate, love, understand. It will provide for you spiritual understanding. And so a lot of times when we are blinded and clouded by pain and suffering, we cannot see, we cannot hear. We get into those stages where we feel lost and confused because it's just the memory in our body. And this is why the main message was, what is your body telling you? What is it that your body remembers, right? Because we must go through a transmutation of pain, and that's a start, and that's temperance. It's water and earth. What is it that needs to be felt or feel, felt? What is it that you must feel and transmute? Because you can transmute feeling disempowered into feeling empowered. We are in the world of duality and polarity. If you can feel joy, you can feel sadness. And you can always choose differently. You can stay depressed all your day, feel victimized, and justify the why your life is this and that. Or you can then learn the lessons and break free from all this pain and the energy of the devil. Oh, this is all I know. This is the story of my family. This is the story of my mom, my sisters. This is the story of my brother, my grandfather. Oh my God, we've been living this way. This is it. You must make that choice, that commitment to go after your Ace of Cups, fulfillment, joy, breaking free. How? Well, by listening to the high priestess. And that can only happen when we do our healing. Okay? And so right now, there are situations where you are finding yourself feeling trapped, disempowered. Oh my God, I'm being manipulated, I'm being lied to. Or there are stories of, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm lacking, there's no possibilities for me, there's no choices, Those are just stories. And this is why the Mother Earth is saying those are just stories. There are distortions within your perception and your perspective, and then the meaning you're giving life, just because we have deep programmings and conditionings. We're manipulated, right, into the world of Maya, where they say, you have to believe that this is the only way you can exist. You are not deserving of a great life. You are meant to be poor and settle down in unhealthy relationships and be surrounded with people who feel the same way as you. Broken, wounded children, right? And this is not to criticize. This is not to criticize, because I know that. I've been there, done that. And there's so much power in recognizing that those children, the child within us, has gone through a life story. However, we can always transmute the pain and the hurt. This energy is also the source representing our thoughts, belief systems, the meaning we give life, right? Our perception and perspective, creating self-imposed suffering. Okay? And so we must break free from the devil and understand that the devil is a teacher. It's not your enemy. It's a teacher. It's meant to teach you about duality and polarity. Because duality and polarity, right, are universal truths. There are laws to this world. And so the transmutation of this pain doesn't have to be about you feeling shameful and seeking to blame people. You don't have to victimize. We don't have to do that. We can embrace our human suffering and understand that people who have hurt us, and when we hurt people, is because we are acting from the illusions of the devil, and it's part of the human experience to go through that. However, how much are we choosing to stay there is a choice. A lot of you who are here, people who I have encountered in person, people who I come across social media that we're connecting, if we are here, it's for a reason. If you came across this channel, you're listening to me, you're ready. You are ready to break free. You are ready for reciprocity. You know you're hearing a calling. You know that there are synchronicities happening, faded connections, meeting people who reveal things to you. You know what I mean? You know you're tapped in, and you know that there's something else that your heart is longing for. All right? And so this full moon in the sign of Sagittarius is an invitation to ground with the universal truth. It's time to make conscious choices and decisions. It's time to empower ourselves into recognizing, right, that we are where we are in life just because, we have gone through things in life. However, divinity is saying you can walk away. I'm offering you a new beginning. However, you must walk away from these cups, meaning the things that make you feel unfulfilled. Unfulfilled, right? These are the patterns. This is not love, love, love. These situations, things, people, relationships are the patterns. This is us walking away from these patterns and choosing a new beginning. The hand of mercy of divinity is offering us. So it's always up to us, okay, to choose. And so, for others of you, the message is harvest is coming. Your time to harvest is coming. Okay, continue in your integrity, continue going within, continue sharing your gifts and your talents, practice generosity. We have temperance again. Continue nourishing your life, your body, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body. Continue putting the efforts on this journey, and I promise you that you will not regret it. Ooh. Okay, so for this Sagittarius full moon, you can work with Tiger Eye, or you can work with Moonstone. Okay. I'm wishing you guys a beautiful journey ahead. May this full moon bless you. And remember that just you can, just we can. I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you for your likes and your shares. Thank you for the commenting. Thank you for receiving me and my authenticity. I know English, English sometimes, well, it's my second language, and I can mispronounce words or whatever, but hey, this is how it is, right? Once again, I'm sending you guys so much love, namaste and blessings. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and just tap into the bell icon so that you can stick around. All right, peace.